Okay, I'd like to welcome everybody to the Vibes Talk tonight. And what we're going to talk about is my favorite subject, the red laser and all the three of the lasers, because I've been having a phenomenal time with them for almost 15 years now, getting amazing results. And just had a great expo with the ANMA, American Naturopathic Medical Association. And I had three different naturopaths that bought their laser sets last year that stopped at the booth just raving about how, great results they're getting, and all the prospects that were around the booth were just flabbergasted. They couldn't hardly believe how enthusiastic these doctors were. So anyhow, I've also started a red laser water guy TV show, and it's a podcast also. And so if you've got anybody interested, they can plug into that. It's every Wednesday night at 6 p.m. and at k4hd.com. So let's go ahead and get started with everything is energy. Okay, it's my favorite quote here from Mr. Nikola Tesla. If you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration, because everything is energy, and the vibration is the electromagnetic field. And that's where the information is that helps heal our body or hurt our body. It's either helpful or harmful to the humans, the EMF is. And so it's very important to understand that if you want to find the secrets to your health, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration, because again, everything's a vibration. And your health is determined by the invisible frequency that you're vibrating. All right. And all discomfort and all dis-ease comes from a lowering of the frequency from optimal wellness frequencies. Okay, so a healthy muscle vibrates at a specific frequency. If it's hurting, it's vibrating lower than that. And what we do here at purevibranz is infuse the optimal wellness frequencies in. The lower frequency will always entrain up, and when it does, you feel better. And so there's no exceptions to that, by the way. Frequencies are a universal law. You don't have to believe in them. They're going to work either way, all right? And so purevibranz has made a quantum leap in vibrational wellness with the introduction of our red and infrared laser pen and all of our products, actually. But I call it nature's medicine. Nature's medicine is the frequencies that create everything. All right. And purevibranz calls them human blueprint frequencies. Human blueprint frequencies are simply the optimal wellness frequency for a muscle, a bone, a ligament, a joint, an eye, etc. And so what we've done with the red and infrared laser is replicate sunshine. It's the red and infrared rays in the sun that give us our health and wellness. And the sun gives up free electrons into our body, and so does our red laser. And we'll touch on that a little bit more. But we've also used sacred geometry here to add a symphony of frequencies. So your standard red laser may be 635 nanometers, 650 nanometers. We're 660 nanometers through 870 nanometers. So we're a symphony of frequencies, but it's not the whole frequency line. It's actually specific frequencies of optimal wellness for different functions of the body. And so using the sacred geometry and 0-point technology, we're able to do that. So we've added the invisible difference. And what I want you to understand is not all red lasers are created equal. Your standard red laser has 10 frequencies naturally in the color red for the musculoskeletal body. That's why NASA has been using them forever. Okay, and your red light therapies out there are normally LEDs, and they still have that same 10 frequencies. So again, we've added, through the sacred geometry, the octahedron and the flat Tesla coil, we add 1,635 more frequencies. So we're red through infrared. We infuse 1,645 human blueprint frequencies in a complex waveform, all containing coherent information, and self-healing can be a response to that information, because we have to be careful how we say that. All right. So here's a comparison of red laser therapy versus red light therapy. Again, there's a lot of red light therapy out there, and they do help. There's no doubt about it. Most of them are LEDs. All of them that I know of are LEDs primarily. And an LED is a light emitting diode, and it's incoherent information because the waves are not in phase. Okay, when you're using laser light therapy, a laser stands for light amplification by stimulated emission of radiation. Okay, they're coherent waves because the waves are all in phase, they're all going the same direction and carrying the same information. So the way I describe it is, we've got 1645 frequencies, LEDs have 10, all right? But the difference is when you're using LEDs, since it's incoherent light, it's like listening to an AM radio station out in the country. You hear the music, but there's static in it. When you're using laser light therapy, it's like listening to high definition FM stereo because the light is coherent. There is no static in it. And so, again, the red-infrared natural laser. Laser stands for light amplification by stimulated emission of radiation. Lasers work as a result of a resonant effect. Resonance is the point of least resistance or the most communication. And so when you're in resonant in your body with your biofield, that's when you're getting the maximum communication between the biofield and the body, and between the brain and the rest of the body, okay? Because it all comes down to, effective communication. I'll say the output of a laser is coherent electromagnetic field. And again, we're 660 to 870 nanometers. And this is what a coherent wave looks like. In a coherent beam of electromagnetic energy, all the waves have the same frequency and the same phase, so they reinforce each other. And you get the benefit of it. The red-infrared laser excites the mitochondria to produce about 30% more ATP in 30 seconds. The ATP is the life force energy in our blood. And as soon as that happens in 30 seconds, 35 seconds, 30 to 35% more life force energy, then the next thing that happens over the next minute or so is it separates all your red blood cells into free-flowing, because we change the polarity to more negative, and that separates all the red blood cells. And now you've got better microcirculation. And when the full red blood cell goes through the lungs, it gives up more toxins and it picks up more oxygen. And so that's what the body needs to heal, no matter what the medical label is 30% more life force energy, better microcirculation with more oxygen and more detoxing. It's really that simple. So why do you want to use the red laser? Just for that reason, because it happens every time. Okay, and so the next thing that's happening is when you have better microcirculation, more oxygen, you have better blood flow. When you have more blood flow, you have more relaxation. Okay, and when you relax, you start to upregulate your gene expression to start building healthier proteins. And proteins are the expression of life. The proteins your body is building is responsible for your structure and your function of your body. So is that important? Is that a good reason to use the red laser more frequently? Yes, it is. All right. So here we go. Low-level laser therapy, LLT, is a specialized light treatment. The light emitted from the lasers penetrates up to 3 inches into the body and causes a photochemical response within the nucleus of the cell, promoting healing. The infrared light, which you don't see, can penetrate up to 9 inches and into the bones. Okay, this response is called photobiomodulation, which means that the laser lights is modulating the function of the cell. And that's what we were talking about. We are revitalizing the mitochondria, and the mitochondria are also responsible for protein folding, or they play a part in protein folding as well as producing our life force energy. So the red-infrared natural laser, okay, the last few decades, non-ablative laser therapies have been used increasingly for the aesthetic treatment of fine wrinkles, photo-aged skin, and scars, a process known as photorejuvenation. Okay, more recently, this approach has also been used for inflammatory acne. Low-level light therapy involves exposing cells or tissue to low levels of red and near infrared light. So That's a quote from the National Library of Medicine, PubMed Central. It decreases the telomeres of DNA in the cell. So this is the red infrared laser. Decreases the telomeres of DNA in the cell to essentially bring it back to a stem cell-like, which is a brand new cell, state, so that it can divide and create new cells, which is pretty fascinating. It excites the electrons in the mitochondria electron transfer chain to initiate the increased production of ATP, our life force energy, in the cells and in the blood. New research shows that there's mitochondria free-floating in the blood, and that's why we work so well, so quick in the whole body to increase the life force energy, because your blood circulating, we may be working on a shoulder, but the blood is circulating 2 or 3 times a minute through that shoulder area. And so the whole body benefits, immediately from the use of the lasers. Okay, laser beams of light are used to stimulate the cells in the body that repair tissue, reduce inflammation, and reduce pain. It is a highly effective treatment for acute soft tissue injuries, chronic pain syndromes, and slow healing wounds. Laser therapy can be used in the treatment of back pain, arthritis, muscle strains, fibromyalgia, bursitis, tendonitis, carpal tunnel syndrome, neck, shoulder pain. This list can go on and on forever, because everything is dependent upon 30% more life force energy, better microcirculation, more oxygen for the body to help heal itself naturally. In short, virtually any kind of chronic pain can be effectively treated using laser therapy while strengthening the immune system. And that's the key right there. It's all about prevention. It's about building your immune system up and then maintaining it and strong immune system, so that it takes care of keeping you healthy and you don't have to recover from anything. Increases current energy, current in the cells, and toughens the immune system. Regenerates damaged tissue structure by increasing cell activity and stimulating the body's natural healing process. Stimulating the lymphatic drainage, detoxification, and weight loss. The lymphatic drainage is critical, and that requires movement, okay? So if you don't use it, you lose it, so to speak. But the stimulation of the mitochondria and everything in the body, the lasers do help with the lymphatic drainage also. Think about it like a group of cells in the body that are fatigued or sluggish in function. When they are affected by the light from the laser, the mitochondria in the cell nucleus increases function. This encourages the biological production of cellular energy called ATP. When the cell function increases as stimulated by the laser treatment, the tissues are revitalized. So we are revitalizing the mitochondria. They begin to work properly and are energized, helping to accelerate wound healing, encourage tissue regeneration, increase circulation, reduce inflammation, and decrease pain. Anybody want to decrease any pain? Okay, Dr. Doug Wallace says, all aging is simply too many dysfunctional mitochondria in the cells, not producing enough energy, ATP, for the cell to do its work. See, every cell in your body has hundreds to thousands of mitochondria in it based on how much work that cell has to do. Okay, so in the muscles, for instance, there's a lot of mitochondria because there's a lot of work to be done, and in the brain and in the heart. But in the skin, there's not a lot of work to be done, so they have fewer mitochondria. But every cell in your body has a job to do. And if the mitochondria are dysfunctional in that cell, it doesn't have enough energy to do its work. Well, one of those won't hurt you. But when you start getting too many dysfunctional mitochondria in the cells, now the tissue or the organ is sick, and it just progresses on and on. So that's another good reason to be lasering yourself every day, your food, your water, everything. Because dysfunctional mitochondria in the cells are producing, what's producing your life force energy, and they play a part in the protein folding of upregulating or downregulating your gene expression. So new research shows there's free-floating mitochondria in our blood. This research was completed using all the things I've been talking about here. This is research that was completed using regular lasers. The purevibranz lasers using sacred geometry deliver a symphony of human blueprint frequencies, light, which broadens the effectiveness and quickens the results. So what I'm saying is we're a lot more effective, than the standard lasers that they used, to come up with all this. So the mitochondria, again, are the most important thing in our body, to keep us healthy. It's related to all aging and all discomfort and all disease. And so NASA says when you injure the body, and it could just be from stress, the mitochondria curl up, figuratively speaking, like a hedgehog. They bring in too much nitric oxide and not enough oxygen. And so as soon as the red laser beam hits the mitochondria, it enhances the mitochondrial function. It kicks out the excess nitric oxide, brings in more oxygen, and that's how the mitochondria can produce 30% more life force energy in 30 seconds. Okay, the second function is hormesis. Hormesis makes your cells healthier, more energetic, more resilient, more tolerant to stress, and helps prevent the buildup of free radicals. And again, free radicals are looking for oxygen. And so when you're using a red laser beam, every photon in a red laser beam energetically gives up an electron into our body. So that helps reduce the free radicals there also. So those are the two key mechanisms of why we work so fast and so well. So what we're really doing is igniting your own energy, upregulating your gene expression, and building healthier proteins. So the proteins are the expression of your life, responsible for structure and function. Can't say that too many times, all right? So when your cells are not happy, you're not happy. So we want to keep your cells happy by keeping them energized. The red-infrared natural laser can be used for skin purification and stimulating fibroblast. A fibroblast is a type of skin cell that secretes collagen proteins in the dermis, the layer of skin just under below the outermost layer of skin. These cells play an important role in wound healing and maintaining skin firmness and tightness. So again, use your laser every day, several times. So the red-infrared natural laser is lessening the side effects of diabetes. It's reducing scar tissue internally and externally, redness, acne, wrinkles, etc. It improves psoriasis, rosacea, eczema, sun-damaged skin, facial texture, stimulates the parasympathetic nervous system. Again, when you relax, the body comes back into more of a resonance and a balance by itself. And when you relax, you have better microcirculation and blood flow. So low-level laser therapy, light therapy, is a fast-growing technology used to treat a multitude of conditions that require stimulation of healing, relief of pain and inflammation, and restoration of function. Although the skin is the organ that is naturally exposed to light more than any other organ, it still responds well to red and near infrared wavelengths because, again, we're replicating sunshine. The body needs sunshine. So the photons are absorbed by the mitochondrial chromophores in the skin cells. Consequently, electron transport, adenosine triphosphate, ATP, nitric oxide release, blood flow, reactive oxygen species increase, and diverse signaling pathways get activated. So it says all that to say this: the body starts communicating better within itself. Okay, stem cells can be activated, allowing increased tissue repair and healing. And that comes from the National Library of Medicine, PubMed Central. So your mitochondria are the key to your health, wellness, longevity, and fun. Again, when your cells are happy, you're happy. Aging is simply too many dysfunctional mitochondria, too many sick cells because the mitochondria cannot produce enough life force energy for that cell to do its work. And Doug Wallace says that it's causing about 80% of today's diseases is lack of energy in the cells, just too many dysfunctional mitochondria. So the more energy you have in your cells, the healthier you are, and the longer you're going to live, the happier you'll be. So this is a test I just wanted to show you. It's one of my favorites. It's on tap water. And this physically shows you the effects of the increase in life force energy in your blood. Dr. Kuhn did this test for us. The one on the left, the blue glow on the left, is the life force energy in a drop of tap water. And so she lasered the tap water initially for 3 minutes. And when that's the result on the right, it was about a 35% increase in life force energy. We kept shortening that time frame, and it happens in 30 seconds. So in 30 seconds, you get about 35% more life force energy in your blood. And it neutralized all the toxins, which made the water wetter because it lessened the surface tension on the molecules. And here is the effects of the person that drank the lasered water. You can see the biofield on the left has a lot of gaps in it, a lot of holes in it. That's not good. That means there's a lot of dissonance between the body and the biofield. The body and the biofield are having trouble communicating and keeping you healthy. So after drinking the lasered water, you can see the difference in the biofield. Now there's resonance here. The body and the biofield are communicating so much better. So therefore, the body is able to stay healthier longer. Okay, the reason that's important, 94, your blood's 94% water, your brain's 78% water, your eyes are 98% water. And in fact, I found a few months ago when I was studying some, was that, they say the body is like 74% water, but we are 99.92% water molecules, okay? So even though it's not water in the muscles and stuff like that, the water molecules are making up the muscles and stuff. So we're 99.92% water molecules in our body. So is water important? Is keeping it healthy important? Yes, it is. Okay, so the quality of your water is quality of your life. So lasering your water and your food for 30 seconds increases the life force energy about 30%, neutralizes the toxin, reducing surface tension, making the water wetter. And it also clears the effects of the memory of where the water has been by reprogramming the water with over 1,600 human blueprint frequencies. And that's super important right there too. And every photon in the red laser beam energetically gives up an electron into our body, just like sunshine. And you want as many free electrons in your body as possible, because that's what lowers free radicals, neutralizes free radicals, and lowers inflammation. And I call it regenerative medicine. Okay, it's anti-aging. Regenerative is what happened with my eyes when I was using the red laser in my eyes. My body was able to regenerate my eyes back to the initial 20/20 type vision. So the red-infrared Naturalaser Pen, some of the benefits. Why do you want to use it? You want to de-stress your body in seconds, because that's what happens. The red-infrared laser penetrates directly into your cells, your tissues, your blood, your nerves, the rods and cones of the eyes, the brain, and into the bones. And so that's important. Enhancing the function of your mitochondria, producing 30% more life force energy, better microcirculation, more oxygen, upregulating gene expression, enhanced cell-to-cell communication. You see us do some of the testing where we're doing the elite athlete or the toy soldier or just the arm test. That's a test of cell-to-cell communication. The body's ability for, when you are weak, the brain is not able to communicate to the muscles under stress. When we put you in the presence of the technology, whether it's our lasers or any of our other products, now what we do is we bring resonance in between your body and your biofield. Now the brain can communicate totally with your muscles, and so you're strong as a rock. It's really that simple. Again, it comes back to effective communication. So we lower inflammation, cells regenerate faster, stops the bleeding a third of the time, no swelling, heals in a third of the time with no scar, etc. So what we're doing is liberating your own energy for your body to heal itself naturally. So now we're going to switch over to the green laser. The green laser, again, has a symphony of frequencies in it. We're using the same sacred geometry, but your typical green laser is about 532 nanometers. We're 520 to 585 nanometers. So the green laser has human blueprint frequencies added to support the functioning of the internal organ systems of the body. That's the initial design for it. So it improves the oxygen carrying ability of the blood cells. The green laser does. So oxygen carrying ability is, super important because all the cells need to have oxygen and nutrients brought into them and toxins removed. So it also boosts the function of the brain. The green Naturalaser increases nitric oxide release. It improves the blood circulation. It helps in reducing blood pressure, helps decrease spider veins and rosacea, and it helps in wound healing and tissue repair. So it helps to heal bed sores or diabetic ulcers, reducing pain, including migraine attacks and fibromyalgia. Reduction of hyperpigmentation or age spots. Helps stimulate a new healing cycle. And so that's important. Helps in reducing swelling, inflammation, and pain. So the lasers overlap a lot. All three of the lasers ignite the mitochondria in different ways, the electron transfer chain to help produce the life force energy. So they overlap and complement each other in many ways. Green laser light irradiation enhances differentiation and matrix mineralization of osteogenic cells. Okay, osteogenic cells are stem cells in the bone that play a prodigal role in bone repair and growth. These cells are the precursors to the more specialized bone cells and reside in the bone marrow. So is that important? I think so. All right, let's switch over to the violet blue natural laser. I've had so many people call it blue now, I'm starting to call it both myself, but technically it's our violet laser. And again, symphony of frequencies. The typical violet laser is about 405 nanometers. We're 390 nanometers to 495 nanometers. So we're antiviral, antifungal, antibacterial. That's the initial design here. So it improves microcirculation by nitric oxide release, which works as an accelerating agent in wound healing. It activates telomerase with maximum anti-aging effects. It stimulates and strengthens the immune system. It increases cell regeneration, anti-aging to age reversal, and acts as an antimicrobial, affecting viruses, bacteria, and fungi. So the purpose and uses of the blue light therapy, and this was blue light, which is typically 450 nanometers, which falls right in the middle of our symphony of frequencies. So it's good to help with sun damaged and skin cancer prevention. Blue light therapy is most used to treat sun damaged and pre-malignant or malignant skin cancer growth and for prevention of skin cancer. It's also used for acne and skin care. Blue light therapy can also treat other types of skin disorders. It can be used to improve skin texture and reduce sebaceous hyperplasia, or to, I guess, enlarged oil glands is what that stands for. It can help with improving sunspots, acne, even scars that were originally caused by acne. Can be reduced with the blue light or the violet blue. So depression, in addition to treating skin condition and cancer, blue light therapy can also be used as a treatment for depression. It is especially effective when treating major depressive disorders with seasonal patterns, formerly known as seasonal affective disorder, or SAD. This condition is often partially caused by dreary winter weather, dark days, or spending too much more time indoors. It can be treated with light. Okay, again, Dr. Doug Wallace, all aging is simply too many dysfunctional mitochondria in the cells, not producing enough energy for the cell to do its work. New research shows there's free-floating mitochondria in the blood, which explains why we get such great results so quick. New research shows the violet laser excites the electrons in the first stage of the mitochondria energy production chain to produce more ATP. This is where I was talking about all three of them excite the mitochondria in different ways. New research shows the green laser quickens the electron moving to stage 3, and the red laser then completing the increased life force energy with more ATP. So, but like all three of them will do it. This research was completed again using regular lasers, where we've got a much more effective laser. So, how to use the red, infrared, green, and violet lasers? It's really pretty simple. All you do is point it at the body, the area of concern, and turn it on and go in a clockwise motion, with whatever you're energizing being the face of the clock. So if I'm shining it on my chest, I'm going down on the left, up on the right, because that is the clockwise motion with the clock on my chest here. You can be 2 inches away. Well, we'll go through the thing here. Anyhow, lasering your body 2 or 3 times, 2 or 3 minutes at a time, as often as your situation calls for. Okay. It's better to do the laser even 2 minutes several times a day than to do 5 or 10 minutes at one time, because in 2 to 3 minutes, 4 minutes, you're getting 95+% of the added life force energy, the better microcirculation, the more oxygen, and the better detoxing and the relaxation of your body. And you've started a chemical response in the mitochondria now, and that's going to keep working for several hours. So you're better off doing 2 to 3 minutes, 4 minutes, whatever your situation calls for, more frequently through the day, and keep that energy going in your body. And if it's a new injury, you get on it and stay on it as much as you can for as long as you can, because in a new injury, it's cellular repair in the moment. And you can actually watch it start to mend. And I've got videos showing my cut foot and stuff like that, where you can actually see it mend back together with healing from inside out, no scab, no scar. When it's done, it's pretty amazing. So laser your food and your water. Back up a step here. Distance doesn't make any difference. You can be 2 inches away or 10 feet away. The farther away you are, the bigger the pattern you are. We also go through shoes, we go through clothing, we go through jackets. It does have a little higher efficacy, next to the skin. At the expos, I get great results, going through shoes and everything else. So rotating clockwise. Okay. So when you're using our products to raise your body's vibration for self-healing, you're upregulating your gene expression and building a healthier protein. Proteins are the expression of life. Proteins are responsible for the structure and function of your body. That's something when you really understand that, you'll start using the lasers a whole lot more. We also stimulate stem cell production when you're using our products, and we lengthen telomeres. And so that's where we are tonight. Back to you, Rick.